B1 family, welcome to the For the Culture channel. We are having another live episode discussing the Bogus NAACP award given to Vice President, the well-known loser, everybody's least favorite Indian lady, Kamala Harris. I appreciate every single last one of you guys for being here. You got Afro Elite here, and you got our sister. Hold on. Now, I got to make sure I point to the right way. It's reversed. We got our sister Zeze over here. All right. So you guys make sure we both have our own individual channels. Make sure you guys subscribe to both of our stuff. We also have a new episode of the For the Culture podcast, a new episode coming out tomorrow. So y'all make sure we get into that. Y'all make sure y'all watch that. Now, before we go into everything, we already know that when it comes to certain awards and certain channels and broadcasts and all of this stuff, we got to protect the interests of the channel. We do. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the copyright disclaimer so it can be well established that everything we play thus forth for the rest of the live stream is protected under the guise of fair use. All right. So let's get started. As you guys are liking and subscribing. All right. Let's get started. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay. So,
Jesus.
Okay. What? Okay, hold on. We got it. We do got it. Okay, hold on for 1 second. Let me see something. Hold on. We gonna I don't this is never this ain't never happened before. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, we're not gonna do it like this. Let's see what we can do real quick. Don't know why it's like that. That's it's never been like that before. So here's what we'll do. Hold on for 1 second. Y'all, you see how they do us? You see how they do us. So anyway, so to pause that as I'm fixing this right now, why don't you tell us what you thought about? I know you said you saw it, right? So
I did. We're not reacting to the whole clip. Fortunately, honestly, there's no need for us to be real. Because the whole clip is it's the same nonsense we've been saying. Honestly, she's rambling on and on, metaphors and similes, and this new chapter that we're in and we're going against. It's just so fake. It's so scripted. It's so like disingenuous, you know.
Mhm.
And we'll get into it further, but yeah, it's egregious. There's no need to watch the whole thing. It was only 4 minutes if you are going to go watch the whole thing. But honestly, if you've seen her speeches before, you get the gist.
Yeah, it's the same thing as it always is. Same thing as always. We're only going to play a little bit of it because we don't want any copyright issue. All right. So let's hear what she had to say.
As everyone here may know, I grew up inspired by the work of the NAACP, inspired by all those who took up the fight for justice, for equality, and for opportunity. Their example is part of the reason I chose a life of public service, seeking to always live by the words of a distinguished NAACP founder, W.E.B. Du Bois, when he said, "It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year." And this sense of urgency is what we must have today, knowing, as the saying goes, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. The price of liberty, to stay alert, to seek the truth, and to actively participate in the fight for America's future.
Okay. That's all we're going to play. That's all we're going to play. But that's enough, to be honest. That's more than enough. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, not just objectively speaking, she is such a terrible public speaker.
Oh my God.
She sounds so awkward. It sounds so forced. Every time she speaks, it sounds like she can barely read off a teleprompter. It sounds like she doesn't. It's terrible to me. She gives terrible speeches.
Yeah.
And everybody was around there looking like they was crying almost. It was really sad. It was to be honest, it was a very bad look.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hate the fact that that's why I'm like, if you've seen her speeches before, then you'll pretty much understand what the gist of her speech, because she uses the same boring ass formula. Like, damn, she takes some quote from a person, and then she just goes off on that one quote, the vigilance that we need. And it's like elaborating, like, girl, what are we in the second grade? Baby, come up with something new. Use your own words. Jesus Christ. So, I mean, we know people write your speeches. Use their words. Damn, every speech she does, she has to dismantle a quote, you know, that's some of what someone has said. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just, again, that's what makes it come off even more disingenuous, because it's like she is forced to use other people's words in order for it to come off even a little bit authentic, you know, like she even cares for real, because we know the NAACP. I mean, we can talk about W.D. Boys, but let's just be real, they ain't been connected to the grassroots. They lost the plot a long ass time ago. Okay, and honestly, the plot that they're on, integration being the key, most of a lot of the panel members, or at least some of the panel members, the heads of the NAACP being non-Black, even the colored people within it, and that insinuating that it's representing colored people and not just Black Americans specifically. So, you know what I'm saying? The plot for the NAACP, a lot of Black Americans have been disconnected from a long time ago anyways. You know, this is not something that a lot of us is really checking for, you know? But again, it's a stamp of Blackness, another little token that they've given her to make her, to validate her Black card.
Yeah, 100%. That's 100% correct. The NAACP, the fact that they're supposed to be nonpartisan, the NAACP is supposed to be nonpartisan, yet they're giving an award, an image award, to someone who's not a Black woman. They're giving an image award to someone who has absolutely done nothing for Black people. They're giving an image award to somebody who not only has not done anything, literally with her own mouth. Now, she's not original when it comes to giving speeches, but I will give you something where she was 100% original, where it did 100% come from her when she said this.
Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No,
you're not. She's not going to do nothing that only benefits Black people. No. And the thing is that these are the people the NAACP tries to bestow some type of legitimacy on. There is no justification. There is no reason at all that the NAACP is acting as if it's an affiliate of the Democratic Party. This is why you don't really see the grassroots condoning and rocking with and supporting the NAACP. This is why the NAACP doesn't have any influence in today's time among young, especially young foundational Black Americans. They don't have any type of influence at all. They're propping up people for no reason whatsoever. People who are anti-Black, people who have done nothing except harm the Black community. And she's accepting this award, and she's trying to quote up other people from the NAACP as if she's always had this grassroots love for the community, which we know she has not. The speech was terrible, and the award means nothing. This is why people don't even tune into award shows anymore. This is why people don't tune into the NAACP anymore. This is why when people say, hey, I'm a member of this chapter of the NAACP, the Black grassroots looks at that as a red flag now. This is exactly why. And they're going to keep doing this, and they're going to keep acting like she's this great woman, and, you know, she's some icon who was done wrong. Okay. And as they keep doing this, and they thinking they're fooling people. They're just going to separate any connection, which they really don't have one, but they're going to separate any connection that they do have with any black people in the community. They're going to just separate that.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what I'm like, but it's such a obvious play within her playbook specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not surprising. Even if she wasn't there to get an award, I wouldn't have been surprised if they had her up there just presenting something. Like, they just wanted her back in the faces, like surrounded around black people on TV. You know, like they just wanted that imagery there, you know, of her. So it's like the whole thing was like, it was nonsense. What was the actual title of the award that she won?
It was an image award. She got an image award.
Okay.
I guess, I mean, and they just do that for, I guess, black people who, I guess, made an impact the year before or something like that. It's very vague, so they can really give it to anybody. Sometimes they give it to athletes. Sometimes they give it to entertainers. Sometimes they give it to rappers or songwriters or people in politics or whatever. So they literally give it to, I'm so serious. They literally can, it's so vague, they can give that award to anybody.
Oh, they should have gave it to Boosie. Honestly, he done more for the black.
They should have gave it to Kendrick. That's who they should have gave it to.
Kendrick.
Okay.
Kendrick has definitely done more for the black.
Yeah, look, if anybody deserves anything from last year, an award from last year, foundational Black American, it would be Kendrick. Okay, I can name a few, maybe besides Kendrick. He would be not no Kamala. Lord have mercy.
Kamala. Hell no. Give it to, no, I ain't gonna even say him, but definitely not Kamala. For sure.
No. But y'all, the image award that she had, okay, it sparked, it touched the hearts of a couple of people out here. It made a couple of people literally cry. For real tears. They literally cried tears, for real. So we're gonna get into that. These are some of the shields with a, I guess, I got you, or ha told you so type moment. So Lord, y'all brace yourselves. That's all I got to say. Brace yourselves. All right.
And the far left are so miserable. It's because she's not. You know why MAGA and the far left are so miserable? It's because she's not. They thought they were going to make an example and a spectacle of Vice President Kamala Harris. They were going to punish her when they've only punished themselves. One thing that I see about Kamala Harris is I don't see a woman that's broken. I don't see a black woman in misery. I see a black woman with hope and fearlessness in her eyes. And because of the work she's done for our country and particularly for the black community, she's deserving of this prestigious award. She's deserving of being honored at the NAACP. And since we're talking about deserving, you know who's not deserving of a Harris presidency? The American people, because you allowed your misogyny and your bigotry and your anti-blackness to be the downfall of this goddamn country. This country is not deserving of the continuous labor that black people continue to do for free. This country is not worthy when you focus on our differences versus our commonalities. This country is not worthy when they would rather vote for a liar, a sexual assaulter, a convicted felon over a black woman. Our forever vice president, Kamala Harris, is not broken. So you didn't win. Black joy is real. Black joy is benevolent. And we find a silver lining in every situation. So while y'all saw things are sad and at home and miserable because you cut your nose to spite your face, just know that you will never put a frown on this black woman's face.
Man. Okay. He said black woman like at least 5 times.
At least 7 times. I'm like, what black woman are you talking about? Are we looking at the same picture?
Could have fooled me. The way this black woman, this black, I mean blackity black. Okay.
Yeah, up there with got a picture up there with a white husband at that. About black.
Why would he? And you know he made this video. Why would he put the video of her with her white husband?
And you
talk about
black
joy. He said black joy with a picture of her and her white husband. Okay.
Oh, Lord. And then he started off too. He said the far left, and he mean the far right is
yeah, I think he did mess up.
Yeah, I think he messed up. I think he meant the far right. But yeah, no, I can't. Like that's the game that they like to play. That's why I can't rock with it. You know, I understand the brother right there. He looked like he was a part of the alphabet community, you know. And you know, so he made you know, some of his morals and values are probably more left-leaning. That's understandable, but I'm not playing that game where we do this. Oh, well, you know, this is to hype up a black woman. You know, they tried to bring a black woman down, and now this is her redemption story. And it's like, no, that's not what this is. This is a made up, like, this is this is BS. Okay, this is a made up storyline that they're trying to get us to believe, and we literally already like this is honestly revisionist history. We was just talking about it for the culture. Shout out to us. Hold up, let me make sure the episode planned. But yeah, you know, this is honestly a way of them trying to revise what we just witnessed within the last 4 years. We've seen who lost last year, and we've seen the massive amount of reasons why she did lose, or why she failed. Her and her president, the president at the time, Joe Biden, failed this country. So we're not about to sit here and act like now, oh, we're going to put her on a pedestal just because she's a black woman, and she's not even a black woman. Which again, you're trying to tell us something that we ain't already see. It's already so much proof in the pudding that she's not black. Okay. Mm-hmm. So at this point, you're pushing a fairy tale. You're pushing not a fictional story that you're trying to force down our throats for us to believe. And those Negroes at the NAACP don't represent the black grassroots. Some of them in there did, because they was looking, if you peep, some of them was looking a little straight faced, like, what is she here? But most of them don't represent the black grassroots. So it's not like she did this in front of the community. You ain't get out in these streets and get the stamp of approval from the people, because you cannot. You've lost that opportunity. You fumbled that bag multiple times. The reparations thing was the tip of the iceberg. Okay. So no, we're not doing this. I'm not about to do this stupid debate with the black women. No, I'm not even with that feminist nonsense on the left. So no.
Absolutely. And what very well put. Okay. Very, very well put. I'm gonna say, to add on to that, nobody is trying to make her upset. He did this whole big thing like, got you. You see, she's still happy. You see, she's still in a good mood. Who cares? We did not vote for her because we wanted her to be upset, and we're happy that she's upset. She was going to be straight regardless of winning or losing. That was the thing.
Right.
Nobody is surprised that she's straight. We knew she was going to be straight. We knew her husband was going to be straight. We knew they were going to be okay. We're talking about us. Now you're trying to rub something in our face like we wanted her to be upset and, sad. And even though she was pretty sad and salty right after the election, because she didn't come out with the concession speech. Initially, she had her people waiting, and she didn't come out with the concession speech the day of. She came out, I think, a day or two later. So she was salty, but I guess a couple months later, she cheered up a little bit. Nobody cares. You trying to do some I gotcha moment, and we will always overcome. She was going to be straight regardless. Mm-hmm. She doesn't reflect the community. But only we as black people will see the silver lining. She's, first off, not black, like you just said. Two, she was going to be okay anyway. Yep. So you trying to rub something in people's face. What are you rubbing in people's face? She got some fake award that nobody could really justify and gave a bogus speech. Mm-hmm. Let's play this other clip. Okay, this is a little shorter, but essentially.
We're at the NAACP Awards last night. And Kamala Harris and her husband were at the NAACP Awards last night. And I know for a fact that they're just sitting here laughing at y'all. Y'all wanted to be racist. Y'all didn't want a woman to be president. Well, now y'all got to deal with him for 4 years. And now y'all crying, talking about ISIS taking your children. And you crying on the internet that you can't afford eggs. She wasn't trying to take y'all's children away. She wasn't trying to take eggs away from y'all. And at this point, all of y'all people that are upset about the situation, I'm pretty sure Kamala and her husband can afford eggs, and ICE is not taking their children away. So what exactly did you vote for? If I was her, yeah, I would definitely be laughing at y'all.
What?
Okay. Now, my first question, you got to look. Brother, where's your shirt at? Why does this man look at him. He don't got a shirt on. I don't know why he looks like he's making this video under a campfire. Look at the lighting. He looked like he's making this this nigga looks scary as hell. He looked like he's under a lamp. He got a flashlight under his chin, making some scary video with the light off in his shirt off. Okay. I mean, all right. To say that, here's the thing. Notice how a lot of the Democratic shields, just notice how a lot of them, when they lose, They don't ever say, you know what? Okay, well, maybe we were out of touch with the community. Clearly we were. Maybe we need to re-engage with our base, which we lost. Maybe there's something that we need to do. The Democratic shills have this very cultish mindset where if you don't vote for them, they're like glad that you suffer. He said they're like, oh yeah, well, if I was them, I would be laughing at y'all. Okay, what type of unity is this? This is supposed to be from the people who claim that they want world peace and they want what's best for democracy and they want what's best for the community. But yet when they don't win the election, they will sit up there and be all like, well, whatever happens to y'all, good. I'm glad that you guys are suffering. I'm glad that you guys can't afford eggs. I'm glad that you guys are getting shot by the police. Just notice the hatred and the vitriol comes out of them when they don't get their way.
Right. Absolutely. And even notice, like, because saying like that shows a lack of integrity, you know, especially for somebody who's supposed to be a leader. Like, I mean, I get people on the left, on the grassroots, you know, think that we might laugh, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or they, whatever. But when you're representing, you're supposed to be at this high status. No, that's not something that you should be doing, because ultimately the American people that you were supposed to be there for are going to be affected. So that's not something to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your intentions was to actually help this country, help the American people, like they always say they do, then the last thing you would be doing is celebrating America's downfall. You know, that don't make sense. Or the effects that the American people may feel from this egregious presidency. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be the way to go for a person of your status. You're supposed to be setting an example, you know? So even within that, like, if that was the purpose, you look vile. You look just as wicked as we already thought you were. Just the same. And you know what? It makes you honestly a little bit worse, because the way that you try to talk about the right, Trump specifically, and try to vilify him as much as they do on the left, and Kamala specifically, every time she got to vilify, even within the NAACP award, she still had to mention, you know, I don't think she said his name, but she said president, you know, like she still had to throw it in there, you know. As much as you vilify this man, let's look at some of the things that he's done while you were president, while you was fucking up, okay? Because inflation been a problem. Let's not act like this is just a problem within the last 3 months that this nigga been a president. This has been a problem for the last couple years, if we're being real. So when we talk, even when we're talking about natural disasters and FEMA and all these, that's why a lot of these companies are starting to come down. Just what was that last year when they had an incident in North Carolina? And FEMA wasn't getting out to them house, getting people resources that they needed out there. And Kamala was talking about $700. You can get $700. What did Trump do?
You go online and apply. You can go online and apply for $700.
You can even access internet if you have. Like, come on, what are we talking about? But Trump went out there with Elon, got them niggas some internet, got them some resources, and helped them people out. He did that without being president. He could have said, oh, ha. See, I told you I'm not to vote for him, so now guess what? I just have to wait and see to the election. I promise I'll do something for you. No, he went and did it. People saw that. That swayed people. That swayed a lot of people. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, this whole storyline, this thing that it's like, we have to be careful, because the people on the left, that's what makes it so much worse, because they try to project these things on the right. And although the right does do racist shit, we all know that. We know what they do. The left tries to hide behind these, you know, these masks and act like they're not doing the same thing. Y'all are trying to revise history just as much as the right is. Because this is not the person that y'all trying to make her out to be. She should not be up on no damn black, quote unquote, black award show getting an award for the people that she said she wouldn't do a goddamn thing for. Why are we giving her an award? I'm confused. But no, they want us to look back in a few years when we teaching our kids about it. Oh, yeah, you know, she won an NAACP award. You know, although she lost to Trump, she came back and redeemed herself, and she was connected to the community, and she'll probably pop up somewhere else on somebody else's show or do something else this year just to keep her relevant. Yeah, she did this and that. Like, all of these little tokens that mean nothing. Just to give her a little stamp in history. And that's how you change it. That is how they alter history. That is how they confuse us. So we have to be clear. No, we have to be clear on what is happening here. This is some nonsense. And outrage, everything between.
Yeah, absolutely. It 100% is. And like you were saying, the hypocrisy, because these people like to play the moral high ground. They like to tell people that you got to vote, and you got to vote for the lesser of two evils.
Mm-hmm.
Then they try to brand themselves as the lesser of two evils. They try to brand themselves as the people of morality, as the people of law and order, as the people of dignity and civility. They try to do that all the time. Yet every time you look, there's not a single thing that the Republicans do that they vilify and they demonize that they don't also do. They try to say Trump, he allows his friends to get off and they break the law. And then Biden said, okay, well, my son broke the law, but I'm letting my son out. And nobody said anything about it. This goes to show that these people don't really believe in the principles that they claim they believe in. Because if you believed in principles, you're going to believe in principles regardless of Democrat or Republican. Your principles are going to stay stagnant no matter the party.
That's a fact.
If your principles move because one party is doing it, so you want to give it a little pass, and another party, you got these strong, hardcore, unapologetic principles, then really, they're not really your principles. Really, you are just you're holding them to a standard because you want to back this other party.
Right.
Because if you want to say we have a principle of doing things for the Black community, you should be just as upset with Harris as you are with Trump, as you are with Biden, as you are with JD Vance, as you are with whomever. Those should be your principles. If your principle is what is in the best interest of the American people, of the country, especially of the Black community, you should have that principle regardless of who is president. If you don't want Black suffering, you should have that principle regardless. You shouldn't have the principle of I don't want Black suffering, and I'm going to stand up to I'm going to stand for the Black community, and I'm going to be reasonable if the Democrats are in office. I'm going to be understanding if the Democrats are in office. But if Trump's in office, then that's what y'all get. Ha ha! Told you, y'all should have voted, and now y'all can't afford anything. I'm glad. I'm laughing at y'all. Okay, so where was your principles then? Your principle of caring only matters if the Democrats are in office.
Exactly. Somebody said in the chat, what did they say? They trying to make her the mayor of California. What did they say? They trying to prop Kamala up to be the governor or mayor of California. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and get her in somewhere too, actually. Yeah, she ain't win a presidency, but they want to prop her somewhere else.
We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. Let's show this. This is another one. Got one more for y'all.
Hey, good morning, good people. Come on in and talk to your uncle. Let's have a talk.
Want to say, initially, his voice throws me completely.
Like,
I did not expect him to sound like that at all.
Yeah.
When I saw him, I'm like, oh, this man about to have a deep baritone. This man's about to be. Hold on, he said, good morning, people. Your uncle is here. It's time for us to have sit down, child. We don't. Oh wow. I didn't expect him to say that, but hey, okay, all right. Okay.
Hey, good morning, good people. Come on in and talk to your uncle. Let's have a talk. So, Vice President Kamala Harris won a NAACP award, and yes, it was moving. And just to see the reaction of everyone there, it was very moving. And the speech that she gave was so passionate. You know, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Some tears did kind of well up in my eyes and, dripped out a little bit because it made me so sad, because it was just like when Hillary Clinton lost. And it just made me so sad that America does not, would do anything to fight a woman or person of color to be president of the United States of America. And it just really, it hurt me. It just, y'all, I cried a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a grown man. I cried a little bit.
I'm sorry. I gotta pause it and just take a breath.
Bro,
he said, yeah, I cried like a baby.
Starting to see a pattern. starting to see a pattern of these people that was felt so strong.
If you notice, just you can't help but notice all of the people who is all like, "Oh my God, that was such a good speech." Now, who does he sound like? What cartoon? What was that? The Cleveland Show. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
And he sound like, "Yeah, this is Cleveland. I did cry a little bit like a baby. They don't want a woman, and they don't want a person of color.
Oh,
Come on, sit down with your uncle now." Oh, hey,
no, for real.
Okay,
he definitely giving that.
I really think that I wish in the perfect world she could run again in 2028. I wouldn't change a thing, and get the governor and just do it all over again. And I think that people will see the error of their ways, and we will be able to elect the first woman president and the first woman of color president of the United States of America. I think she should go back and we should do this over. We should have a do-over. And I think by that time, of course, this is the end of Trump's time with us. He's got a lot of things going against him, age, and you can't run again unless they try to change something up. But he'll never win again after this, because he's not even being faithful to the base that elected him. They deceived everyone to get into office, lied to get into office, and now dividing America, turning people against each other. It's just a sad situation. But I'm not gonna lie, everybody, I shed a tear and I could barely watch it, because I said, wow, this is what America could have had. Tears came up in my eyes for my daughter. Tears came up in my eyes for the seniors that are getting ready to go through some things with Medicare. No research funding for cancer and different things of that sort, and just so many crazy things happening in the land. And before Trump is done, there will not be one group that's left out that won't be touched by his policies.
okay.
Oh, brother.
All right. Somebody in the chat room said daughter. I was a little surprised when he said daughter too. He said daughter,
Yeah.
so I guess he, okay.
I
I didn't make no type of assumptions or anything. I just said his voice and his actions was suspect.
It's still in line with the pattern.
It could. It's, being honest, this man, he almost looked like he was about to cry. He literally almost looked like he was about to cry making this video. He said he cried, like he admitted that like 3 different times. He said, I almost cried. I almost cried. I was coming. A tear fell down my cheekbone. I almost did cry to y'all. I want y'all to understand, this is why she didn't win. Because these are the people who advocate for her. Who listens to these people? Do any of the people from any of the videos that we've showed you guys, do any of these people come off as knowledgeable, articulate, logical, or are they all making emotional stances? This is why she didn't win. And this is why if she did run again, she's not going to win, because you guys don't admit that she is a problem. She has a problem, and the Democratic Party has a problem. You guys keep saying that America doesn't want a woman, and now y'all saying person of color. The other dude was at least saying black. Y'all saying person of color. America doesn't want a person of color. America doesn't want a woman. You guys are not admitting that, you know what, we need to do a hardcore reset of the Democratic Party if we ever gonna win anything again.
Yep.
Since y'all don't want to admit that, and y'all keep wanting to play this game as if it was misogyny or sexism or racism a little bit. I guess you're not white all the way, but she ain't black. So, since you guys don't want to admit that, y'all will never win again. And all of the advocates, they are emotional. They all are suspect. Some of them are confirmed, but the rest are kind of suspect. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of them tethers as well.
Yeah.
Like, that was that dude that tether. He might have been, honestly. There's not a lot of brothers gonna get up on camera and admit they was about to cry over a damn speech that ain't had nothing to do with them. Come on. I'm just
3 times. He wanted us to know he was about to cry.
Especially if he got kids. He got a daughter, so he's not too many brothers that's gonna do that. So I mean, I'm just saying, Black American brothers that's doing that. So no, that's weird. I mean, that's kind of crazy that the reactions you had was all dudes though. Because I seen a post and it was a lot of Black women who was going in on Kamala. That was beautiful to see. So I mean, I don't want to, we ain't doing the gender divide, but shout out to the Black women that was on go. Okay. And exposing her in that moment for what it was, okay? And I think some brothers as well, too, though. But it was a brother, actually, Raheem Shabazz. He posted he had a repost of like a compilation videos of a bunch of Black women talking about like how she, that award was nonsense. So we love to see it, on the flip side, silver lining.
You should have sent that to me then.
I got it. Hold on. I can share it right quick. We can play it right quick. I got it up. Hold up. Let me see. All right, yeah, put that on there. That just made me think it. I'm like, this old man. We should play this.
Cynthia Erivo showing up at the NAACP.
Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. This is not Cynthia. This is not Kamala. This is about Cynthia Erivo. She was at the NAACP Awards. It was a bunch of Black women basically speaking out against her and why she shouldn't have been there because of her anti-Black American rhetoric that she's been exposed for in the past. Okay, that's why a lot of Black Americans don't rock with her. Do you still want me to play it?
It's about the NAACP. So
and Kamala, she's they sisters. Kamala, Cynthia,
and it goes to further show the agenda of the NAACP.
Exactly, because she was up there with her girlfriend Lena Waithe. Lena Waithe. She did The Chi. She's a director, I think, and a writer. She did The Chi and a couple other shows. But she's definitely had a lot of propaganda. The season she came in on, season 3 of The Chi, is for a lot of people the worst season because of all of the propaganda she had in there, all the LGBT. Again, but let's see.
Image Awards and going home empty-handed is correct because why are you here, boo? This is not the BAFTAs. The NAACP Image Award is given by the NAACP, which is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And I know people are going to be like, isn't she colored people? No.
If I'm going to be honest with you, the fact that Cynthia Erivo went on Twitter all those years back saying that she don't like us Black Americans and calling us fucking ghetto is actually crazy and diabolical as fuck. And the only reason why I say that is because she ended up coming to America to play 2 Black women that I know of, Harriet Tubman, that probably would have left her ass back at Masson house, and literally Aretha Franklin, who probably would have cussed her out gracefully if she knew that she was saying she don't like us Black Americans and calling us ghetto and all types of shit, right?
Black American women do not support Cynthia Erivo. So the fact that she didn't win an award last night and Keke Palmer did win and she got up on there and she was singing, it was everything to me. I just seen a video in the comment section. This lady said, I'm this lady's biggest hater. And I had to reply to her. I said, you haven't met me yet. You haven't met me yet. Black, we won't forget. And had she won the NAACP award, I would have been crashing out right now. I would have been on the internet crashing out because ain't no way. I don't care who she was sitting next to. I don't care what hymn she's singing. I am that lady's biggest hater.
The way is that you and Ariana are going to open the show with some singing.
Mm-hmm.
True, false?
I can't say anything at all. I don't know.
It wasn't a no.
Oh, that was a terrible rendition of her.
Wow. Okay. All right, then. What was that?
She was garbage. Cynthia Erivo also looks weird as hell. I don't know what the fuck she's going on with that.
She does.
She need to get some eyebrows on there, some blush. I don't know. She looked real weird. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. She just don't look right. She need to get that right. But yeah, shout out to the Black woman that was on Cold, man. That ain't it. Cynthia Erivo, Kamala Harris. Agree. We ain't rocking with the Black people that's against us, man. They trying to tether to our community. We can't rock with that. So yeah, shout out to us.
And this also goes to show that the dominant society keeps trying to put these people and like certify these people in the community. Okay, they try to lionize these people, Kamala Harris, Cynthia Erivo, and they prop these people up and try to put these people on a pedestal, but the grassroots is not going. You don't see a whole bunch of people all like, oh, Cynthia Erivo, such a great actress. Cynthia Erivo is wonderful. She's so talented. She sings so well. I've only seen negative things. I think I saw that video with Raheem. I think I saw that on Instagram. I've not seen from the black grassroots no major support for Cynthia Erivo. I've only seen black people be all like, why do they keep putting her in everything? I mean, they giving her crazy interviews and all of this stuff. Like, she has this grassroots support and love that she does not have. The same way they did with Kamala Harris. They keep trying to make it seem like she had this grassroots love and support that she clearly does not have, did not have, and won't have. And they can lie all they want to. They can give all the fake awards all they want to. They can put people on stage. They can give people interviews. They can do all of that stuff. It's not going to change the fact that the foundational black American community does not rock with you guys. We do not respect you guys, and you all have no influence. Just none. It's not going to change that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nah. For sure. Like we said, man, it's not going to work. They're not about to try to make us see something that we're seeing right in front of our eyes. You're not about to try to put this illusion up like she's something that she's not, and that goes for the both of them. Cynthia and Kamala, okay, and any other tether or non-black person who is trying to exploit our community. I can't rock with it. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. But that was the NAACP. It really wasn't much to it, but we just letting you guys know that the NAACP is furthering itself from the community. Y'all might as well essentially call yourselves an affiliate of the Democratic Party. You honestly might as well at this point. But we got great news for you guys. Okay. So tomorrow is episode 5 of the For the Culture podcast on this very channel, The Dangers of Integration. All right. We are broadcasting this tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. No, 4 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, y'all make sure that you guys tune in. So y'all make sure that you guys subscribe. All right. When I tell you guys that it took a lot of work for us to get this done, it did. It took a lot of work for us to get this done, but we did it, and we wanted to make sure that you guys got at least 2 high quality episodes for Black History Month. Tomorrow is the last day of Black History Month. So what better way to celebrate it than a brand new episode of For the Culture? There is really no better way to celebrate it. There's really nothing else you could do. You could even think about to celebrate it. That's why we did this for you guys. All right. So we want you guys to sit there. I want you guys to make sure the kids get off of school and have some snacks, buy the snacks before the kids get off of school, have the TV ready and put a blanket on the thing so the popcorn don't get in the carpet and they don't spill juice on the floor. And y'all sit there as a family and watch the new episode of For the Culture.
Come on, please, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment.
Yes,
see the video and all that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All that.
Also, we have for official For the Culture Instagram and For the Culture Twitter account, and the links are in the description below. Okay, so that is is at the FTC.podcast on Instagram and the FTC podcast on Twitter. So the links are in the description below. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on those social media accounts, okay? Because we're gonna start, posting and giving announcements and notifications and all of that stuff on those accounts. So y'all make sure y'all do that. Zeze, sister, do you have any final words, any closing words, and then you can tell people where they can find you at?
Definitely. We all know we've been exposed to Kamala. It's been too long. We didn't have 4 years with that broad. Okay, we all know who she is. There should be no convincing us otherwise. Okay, she just showed us who she was too many times before. Okay, so we let them play their Hollywood games, the left and the right play their political games, but we as foundational Black Americans stand 10 toes over here on Black business. Okay, that's all we need to worry about. It's us and ourselves and prioritizing our delineation and getting these reparations. Okay. Worried about Kamala is not in alignment with that. Okay. nor Cynthia Erivo. Other than that, baby, you can follow me on YouTube, Zeze Rants, TikTok, Zeze Rants, Twitter or X, Zeze Rants. And yeah, that's all.
All right. All right. Y'all know me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's Afro Elite on YouTube, Afro Elite on, let me put my stuff up. Afro Elite on YouTube, Afro Elite on Instagram, Afro Elite on X. Y'all follow me on all of that stuff. Y'all make sure, okay, tomorrow, the last day of Black History Month, we got a whole bunch of people in here, okay? So I need every single last one of y'all, and I'm looking at all of the names, I expect you guys to be there to watch episode 5 of For the Culture for the last day of Black History Month. It means absolutely so much. I want you guys to understand, we're not doing this just because we don't have anything else to do. We are doing this for the community, all right? Because as you got Kamala Harris and you got Cynthia Erivo and you got all of the people from the dominant society being propped up to work against foundational Black Americans, we need to do something stronger and more powerful to counter that. So this is what the For the Culture is. The For the Culture is going to be a platform that counters all of the negative propaganda that comes, the anti-FBA propaganda that comes from the NAACP, the anti-FBA propaganda that comes from BET, the anti-FBA propaganda that comes from the Breakfast Club, and so on and so forth. So it's up to all of us, okay, to lock in as a family, as a unit, as a community, so we can get our power where we need it to be, so we can get our voice where we need it to be. So this is why it's very important for you guys to do that. All right. Absolutely. You guys also make sure that you guys follow both of us on our own individual channels. All of the stuff is linked in the comment section below. So if you guys are now just watching, if you guys have not subscribed to me or Zeze, you guys can go do that. Just go to the description and you guys can follow. Also, episode 5, like I keep saying, episode 5 of For the Culture is coming out tomorrow, and it's in the description below, so you guys can already go there and pre-like it already. All right. And I thank you all for watching. I sincerely do. It does not get ignored by me. It's not light to me. It's very serious to me, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. I really do. I really can't express how much I appreciate you guys. So I try to say it as often as I can.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, be one family. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, you all have a good one.
Be one.